Today I'm going to be looking into the apparent accident that happened with Virginia Roberts-Giuffre. Apparently, I have to shuffle these a bit different because they're very slippery, these cards. Now, apparently, Virginia put on Instagram 4 days ago that she'd been involved in a car accident. And in her Instagram post, it said that her car was actually smashed in like a sardine can or a tin can or something, she said, from a bus that was going 110 kilometres an hour while she was stopped waiting to turn. Sorry guys, that's my cats in the background. Yeah, she went on to say that, well, there's a photo of her all battered and bruised up, and she went on to say how she's gone into kidney renal failure and she has 4 days to live. Now, from this day, well, it's the 4th day today, I don't know what's going on there, but there was then a speculation where the police officer said nothing was reported that day. No accidents were reported. And then the following day was when the bus driver went in and reported the accident and said that there was only a couple of $1,000 damage done to her car, so they both went their separate ways. Or, you know, he didn't even bother taking photos of it or whatever. He had a busload of children. He just wanted to get back. So what I'm wanting to look into... Oh, and then her family got online and said that she went home, felt worse, and then went to the hospital, and that's where she's stayed. So... But there's also another problem with her at the moment. She was just about to go to court for violating a family intervention order. She's broken up with her husband of 20 years and he's taken the kids. And she has to face court on, I believe it's the 9th of April, for violating the family intervention order. So let's just see what sort of sense we can make out of this. So the first question I have is, well, who's telling the truth? The bus driver or her? Did her car get smashed up severely like a tin can, or was it just a couple of grand's damage? Now, if we're talking a couple of grand's damage, we're probably talking about a dent in the bumper and maybe a cracked headlight, back light or something. That'd be a couple of grand. So let's just see what went on at the accident. What went on at the accident? And the 6 of hearts, 2 of clubs, 7 of hearts, Ace of hearts, Two of diamonds, Queen of hearts. I'll just try to zoom that in for you a bit more. That's a bit better. Okay, so we seem to have a little bit of a weird story here. Anyway, so we have the past, the crossroads, Then there's confusion, options, confusions. The Ace of Cups talks about being emotional, becoming emotional. The Two of Diamonds talks about balancing things out or being unstable, becoming unstable. And the Queen of Hearts, of course, is loving, tender-hearted, witness. There could have been a witness, perhaps. So it could be saying that, okay, so it's showing the crossroads here. That's where she says she was at when it happened. At a crossroad where she was turning and there was confusion or options whether to call an ambulance or go home, perhaps. What were these options or confusion? What was this confusion? And it's like she started becoming emotionally unstable after she became confused, weighing up her options on whether or not I suppose she needed to go to the hospital. What's this? She may have hit her head. Well, by the photos, her whole face is bruised and battered. So, yeah, I need to look at further into that as well. Okay, yeah. She was scared. She was scared and confused when she was hit. And it's probably the reason why she left. Well, it obviously frightened her. She could have started getting headaches, becoming unstable, and then become very emotionally unstable and believed that she needed help, she needed healing, needed help to heal, which means going to the hospital or going to the doctors, the nurse. Now we have the past here. So tell me, is the bus driver being totally honest? Is the bus driver being totally honest here? Okay, we have King of Diamonds. Reliable. What he's supporting, what he's saying is reliable. He didn't believe at the time that there was anything to worry about. And the Six of Hearts is also showing the children. So he was more concerned about getting the children back, not taking much notice on whether or not she hit her head, what sort of state she was in. He saw that there was only a little bit of damage and, yeah, he left. Okay, so what caused this emotional instability? What made her start being emotional? Six of Spades. See, that's moving on from rough waters to smooth waters. Did I? Six of Spades, I was meant to say. I think I said Six of Spades, I'm not sure. Yeah, moving on to smoother waters here, just wanting to get out of there. So this is on her way back. on her way back home, she was becoming emotional. So she was still in fear and shock. It looks like she was in shock to me, driving home. And then what happened? How did she become unstable? The Jack of Clubs. Which come out sideways, which means it's a blockage. Was a blockage. So the Jack of Clubs in the negative would be restless, becoming restless. There was a blockage and she became unstable and restless. So that was her blockage for being okay. That's what made her unstable, becoming restless once she got home. Give me the Queen of Hearts. Why is Queen of Hearts here? Ten of Hearts. This is to do with her kids and her family as well. She become emotional. She's been blocked from her kids and family. And this is what's made her unstable. Okay, so the bus driver believes he's telling the truth, and from what I see, and we also have the King of Swords there, who is just and ethical and tells the truth as well. And she was just basically confused, scared, in shock, driving home emotional, become emotional, and then why is the family here? Perhaps it's because she was on her own and she didn't have family there with her. So let's look to see how she is physically. How is she physically? Like, is she all battered and bruised up, or is she on her deathbed? Like, no, we have 3 cards here. The 8 of Hearts, 7 of Clubs, 3 of Clubs. See, this is showing her walking away. Being weary, but she was moving on. With the 7 of Clubs, with her guard up. Caught off guard. So walking away, caught off guard, and then exploring, waiting for something to come in, waiting, waiting, waiting for her family perhaps, needing her family there. It's like she's had some sort of emotional breakdown and needing her family by her side. Now, she says that she accidentally posted it on Instagram and it was meant to go to her Facebook. So is she telling the truth there? Is she... well... no. Sorry, guys, it fell on the floor. 5 cups. Okay, give me more. There's crying over spilt milk. Okay, the Ace of Diamonds and the 9 of Diamonds. Now, the Ace of Diamonds talks about practicality and trust, a material force. That the 9 of Diamonds is her being on her own. So crying over spilt milk that she'd been hit, which was the truth, but she was on her own and wanted her family. So I don't like to say it, but she seems to be in a very bad mental state at the moment. She's grieving the loss of her family. It's like she's used this opportunity for attention to be able to see her children, because she's not allowed to see her children at the moment. So that must be cutting her up inside. Did she mean to post it? Yes, she did mean to post it. She did mean to post it on Instagram. Allegedly, not fact. Because there's a blockage of her being able to love her children. Which this blockage of her having to be on her own is causing emotional instability. Yes, the bus driver walked away to take the kids back. She was hit unexpectedly at the crossroads. Feeling confused and in fear, with, well, perhaps her family turning their back. She's going through an emotional trauma, through depression, going through the dark night of the soul. She is holding in a lot of trauma from her childhood. She's feeling victimized. She's still in a victim mentality mode. She feels unheard and she feels desperate to want to see her children. And this bump to the head is what made her spiral into this emotional mess where she felt like she could perhaps use this as an opportunity to see her children. I do believe she'll live. I believe she may be exaggerating the situation and come out and say that, oh no, it was written up wrong. I was confused while I was writing it up, or I was confused with what the doctors were telling me. Yeah, confusion, total confusion. So consciously, I don't believe that she really tried to manipulate anything. I believe that unconsciously, her emotions drove her to this spot of believing that it would be a good way of perhaps getting her family back or seeing her children. There really is desperation here. There's desperation, there's depression, there's an emotional breakdown, there's confusion, there's fear. So all I can do now is pray that she is okay. She will pull through this. And perhaps not only get the physical help she needs, but also get the mental help that she needs. Because she really is in a dark night of the soul here. and it may be triggering her past traumas. Okay, well, I hope that brought some sort of understanding to people that are a bit confused about the whole situation. It's brought me a bit of clarity anyway. Love and light.